Adult Talk, a podcast by Adult Work.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday and welcome back. We are here today with a brand new, fresh episode. I'm here today with my co-host, Juan. Hello, Juan.
Hello, everybody. Welcome one more time to our podcast. I was looking forward to this show, actually. It's been a while. Oh, let me fix this. I think I was, now you can see our background as well. As you can see, my voice are not yet at 100%, but I have here Aurora helping out on the interviews. Today we have a very special guest for you. She's an adult content creator. She's a studio owner as well. We have with us Jay. Let me invite her to the stage. Let me just set up here. Welcome with us for the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you here. Thanks so much for accept our invitation to be part of the show.
Thank you.
And our first question to you would be, how long have you been on the industry?
I started in December 2021.
Okay.
So coming up, it'll be just over 3 years, yeah.
And what did you do before that, before joining the adult industry?
So I worked as a training manager for British Gas in a call centre.
And how did you end up joining the adult industry? Did you hear this from friends? Did you find it out yourself?
I had just had a baby, my youngest child, and it was COVID, so we were all on furlough. No one was working. And I had just had a baby, and I came across a TikTok on social media, and I was looking for something. I've got 4 children, so I was looking for something that could fit around family life, because I was finding it really difficult to find a job that I could work and still be there for my kids at home. And I came across this and I thought I would give it a go, and that started.
So you found out that, so basically the industry helped because you can work 100% from home as well. So give you freedom and independence to work whenever you want, right?
Yeah.
So do you remember, how was the process for you of leaving the 9 to 5, let's say, the normal job in the office, and did you research first before joining, or did you had friends that worked in the industry? How was that process of the transition?
You know, in the very, very beginning, my first day, it was for me, I was on my own. I didn't know anyone that done this. If I'm honest, my first thought was, will people judge me? Should I do it? But I had this kind of feeling inside my tummy that it was the right thing to do. And I didn't know anyone. I was completely brand new. I had no experience, no knowledge. I just really needed something that I could work around family life, and that just seemed to have everything at the time. But it is absolutely the best decision I ever made.
Amazing. And as you mentioned, support, and you were a bit skeptical to talk and to mention to people. How was that process for you? Did you have support from friends and family? Did they know? Did you told them before? Or you just, they don't pay your bills, right? So you just...
In the beginning, I didn't tell anyone. And that was through fear. And I'm a big advocate for not being fearful now, but I get why people do feel that fear. But once I had got into it, and once I seen what it done, and once it started to change my life and my children's life, you know, I'm so proud of it now, and all my family know and are proud of me and accept it, and, you know, like, totally see what it's done for me and my kids' lives.
And at the beginning, when you first joined the industry, did you just quit your previous job and join straight away the industry, or you just started it as a side job, maybe doing something after your 9 to 5 and then go full in? How did you do that?
So I was actually on maternity leave anyway. So I was on maternity leave from my job. And so I had about 3 or 4 months left of maternity. So it gave me a chance to kind of get a feel for the industry and make sure that I loved it and it was the right decision and that I could make a living from doing it. So by the time my maternity leave came around, I had around 3 weeks holiday left in work. So rather than take the holiday, I used that as my, like, I handed in my notice then and I switched over. So I was quite lucky in that sense that I had a few months of maternity leave left to get a feel for the industry before I made the leap to jump.
Yes, timing was in your favor, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. But my advice to someone, if I was lucky in that sense that I was on maternity leave, but my advice would be, if you're thinking about it, I mean, you do have to be sensible and make sure you have, like, so to say, all your ducks in a row. But I don't think anyone personally would regret leaving a 9 to 5 to go to this industry.
Okay. So you would say if somebody's starting now, you would definitely encourage them
100%.
to, and what would you advise them to do first? As you've been in the news for a couple of years, what was some maybe errors or something that you would have done differently when you have started, if you started now, if you had started over today, or someone new starting now, what would they have to do?
For someone new, what should they do to start? So I would find someone who can help them get started. So a good agency, so do their research into that. Find someone that they connect with, and there's loads of agencies that advertise on Instagram, social media, TikTok. There's loads of websites on the AdultTalk site as well. And then that's where they can get, like, you know, their training and their hints and their tips. And because the one thing I want to say as well with this, it doesn't just bring a job and freedom of lifestyle. It brings so much more. It brings a community. It brings acceptance. It brings people where you can just chat to and you don't need to leave to go outside your front door. So there's so much more than actually making money. It's such an amazing, beautiful community that we've built here, and I'm really passionate about that as well.
Amazing. And you mentioned you have kids, and how do you juggle, you know, being at work? So the job itself gives you the freedom to be at home with your family, but still be able to work whenever you want. So do you have a schedule that you do? How do you balance that?
Well, this is the beauty of it, isn't it? So you've not got any set days or times. So you find a schedule that works around you and your family. So obviously my children's needs and what they need every day comes first. And then whatever hours I can work, I work around that. And, you know, as a mum of 4, I don't actually work that many hours, but I probably, in fact, I do make more than what I would make in a 9 to 5 working 5 days a week, doing maybe 10 to 15 hours a week. So it's that massive difference, and working when I want to work. You know, if I want to have a day off, I can take it. If I want to take the kids out, I can do it. All this freedom that I never had before in any other job.
And do you set some limits time-wise? For example, do you say, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to work today afternoon because I'm going to spend some time with the kids, or I'm not going to work on Sunday because I will take the kids out. How do you handle these situations? You put your limits, or you go with the flow?
Well, I think it comes down to, you know, like, obviously we've got bills to pay and you have to prioritise your bills. But the great thing about this is, if I just wake up on a Sunday and, you know, it's a really nice day and the kids want to go out, I can go, do you know what? I don't need to work today. I can just go take the kids out. So it's that freedom of working when you want to work. And I think what's really important is having a schedule and having a plan. And, you know, but you can divert from that plan if you want to, and that's the freedom of this. Because I could say, I'll have today off, I'll spend it with the kids, and then I'll just work tomorrow, because I know every day that I work, I'm going to make money, and I can work when I work.
Okay, and also you mentioned you found the agency Divine Silk Models. How did you end up taking this decision? How was this process for you? Did you start solo, and then what happened? What changed your mind and you created your own agency?
So I was with another agency and I had the best time there. I met some incredible women, learned a lot. I was there for about 2 years, maybe just over 2 years. And then I just wanted a slice of it myself, really. I wanted to create something different, because I do believe that through my experience, I'm 41, so I've had a lot of, like, experience, and nurturing experience, and I feel like that's what I had slightly different from anything that I'd experienced in the industry before. And in Divine Silk models, we do things slightly different. Now, I'm not saying I've never known anyone to talk about this or do this, but so far I've never heard anyone talk about the way that we do things. They maybe do, but I haven't heard it. So how we do things is, of course, the credits and earning money is important, but we nurture our models from the start. So we focus on, self-esteem, self-belief, confidence, community, and all of that. And we believe that once we build all of that up, then that in turn brings the credits in, brings the money in. And that's when the girls or the men, start to build their confidence and really see a career in doing this. And I feel like that's what we do different. So when I was thinking about doing this, I wanted to I felt like that was missing, and I wanted to bring that into Divine Silk models. And I feel like that's why, I don't have a massive group, but I have very, very high earners, and I believe that that's through nurture and through not pressuring models to get online and earn credits. And we work from the beginning and build it up, and that's why they're earning these big amounts, if that makes sense.
I guess the agents in the group you create a community, right, where you guys help each other, give each other advice, because not always you are at your best. Like, let's say at some days you wake up and you're not feeling good, whatever, but you always know that you have somebody else there that can help you out with things. So I think the community that you guys build within the agents is very important for the job. So if there's any model out there starting now, sometimes, of course, you can go and become independent model, but also join a good agents where there is a good group of people that are talking your own language, does the work that you do, and share the same goals. I think that's one of the main reasons that agents are good, for the community, right?
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like where I'm different as well, and kind of feedback that I've had from my models is, when they're having maybe a down day or no feeling the best day. I mean, sometimes people just need a little bit more motivation, and that's what we're there for, to help motivate them to get online. But some days as well, I think you also need to switch it, and sometimes people just try too hard and they need a break. And one thing I will always not pressure my models to do is to get online when they're feeling like that. I will actually I'll tell them to go and have a self-care day, to do something nice, to take some time off, refresh themselves, and come back the next day or that evening, feeling refreshed, and get online. And then always 9 times out of 10 it absolutely works. Taking that break is so good for your mental health and your performance online. Whereas feedback that I've had is that they always feel, they've got to get online, they've got to earn the money. But I think it's so important to have your self-care and have your breaks, and in turn, when you need that little bit of motivation to get online, if you've took some time for you, it works out better and you end up performing better and earning more money.
Okay. I have a curiosity about agents. I have a curiosity regarding the agents. Does your agents or agents, because I never heard this before, does provide like a workshop? Let's say I'm starting new now and I have absolutely no idea what you do. Does the agents would guide me through from setting up or even to how to go live? You know what I mean? Like those practice, really like a acting sort of workshop where you go through. Does the agents do this as well? Do you guys do that?
Yep. So in Divine Silk models, we do things slightly different. Again, I'm not saying that anyone doesn't do this, how I'm about to say, but I feel like I'm the only one that's ever spoke about how we do it. So when we get the girls verified on Adult Work and we move them into our WhatsApp chat, we don't move them right into the main group chat. We move them into what we call our workshop group. And the only people who are part of the workshop group are myself as the agent and the lady who manages for me as well. She helps manage the group. So it's only us two in there, so girls don't get overwhelmed with a big, massive group to start with. Now, within that group, we will do our workshop calls, we will do training calls, and the girls are normally in there. It really depends on them. We go with the girls and how they feel. They could be in there for 3 or 4 days, or they could be in there for 2 weeks. It depends on what they
Okay.
and how they're feeling. They can have as many workshop calls and training calls as they like, and they're not overwhelmed by a massive group. They're just there with the agent and the manager, and we go live with them. So we'll do FaceTime, we go online together. Once they've built up a little bit of confidence, once they've earned some credits, and once they feel ready, we then move them from the workshop group into the main group, and that's where they meet the rest of the girls. And I feel like that's worked amazingly well for us, because when new girls start, especially if they're brand new and they have no experience, they can get a little bit overwhelmed in the main group chat, where they're seeing these girls earn big credits and they're hearing all the chat about what's going on in calls, and they can get a bit overwhelmed and nervous about that. So I feel confidence-wise and self-esteem, when we do that, it really helps the models build from the ground up. And by the time they go into the main group chat, they're feeling very confident and they're ready just to mix with the rest of the models and get online together. And then by that point, they've already earned some credits, so they're feeling really good about things.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so that's very nice, because then you have a roadmap when to start and where you go and what you're gonna do next, and what you're gonna do. You know more or less what to expect. So that's very nice. So if you're listening for the cast for the first time, on the description of this video you'll find all the links. Remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us here, and so super nice. What about content? Do you also create content to leave as like passive income on the platform? How do you create them? Do you use specific equipment, cameras and stuff like this, or use your phone? And how is that for you?
So we've just created a website, which is www.divinesilk.co.uk, so you can check all about Divine Silk models on there. When it comes to content, we do content shoots, we do meetups. We had a massive launch in September, where the company, myself, we paid for a photographer to come along, and we done a whole day of shooting, and we got over 700 pictures for all the girls. So we do things like that. We'll do content shoots together where we're on FaceTime and we're helping each other, get pictures and things like that. But we also have a lot of our models who are anonymous as well, so they don't like to share on social media, so we totally respect that. So whether you want to be on social media or you don't, that's completely up to you, and we would never force anyone to be on social media if they don't. But they do create content for adult work and for their profiles and things like that, and they'll put them into their private gallery or their free gallery on the adult work site.
Because you mentioned social media, do you find it important for someone being in the industry to be active and have social media accounts?
I think it can help, but I also think we have to respect the women and men who don't want to do social media, and let them know that you can still earn a living without social media. In Divine Silk models, I have at least half my models who are anonymous, and a lot of them are very big earners. So you can make a living being anonymous, and you can make a living by promoting on social media. Obviously, social media does help, and it can drive traffic to your profile. But if anybody is watching this and thinking, well, I wouldn't want to be out there, I just want you to know that you can still do this and make a very good living and still be anonymous as well.
Especially because on adult work, you can actually use the platform itself in order to promote yourself. So yeah, it compensates that a lot. But just one sec, guys, for everybody listening to us now, if you see some lagging on the streaming, it's because the software that we are using, they send a message that they are having some technical issue within the platform. So it's nothing to do with our streaming, it's to do with the software that we use. But I believe the voice are very clear. So if sometimes you see a freezing moment there, don't worry, stay on. It's because it's just lagging from the platform itself.
Also, guys, if you have any questions for SJ, feel free to leave them in the comments and we will read them out for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So after you said what's the very first thing you started doing in the industry, and what's the very first thing you love about in the
after
industry?
all these years, what is the thing that you like the most and things that you don't like at all?
Yeah.
So it's so much more than the money, honestly. Like when I first started in this, my first week I made 34 credits, And I was like, oh my God, this is not for me. I can't do this. And my self-esteem was so low. Like I don't even recognise the woman I was when I started this. And I love the self-growth. I've got a model actually within my agency who a couple of years ago, you know, if her children, and I've got permission to share this story, but if her children wanted a McDonald's, she would have toast because she couldn't afford to get them all one. And literally in May last year, she bought herself a new car, an Audi car, outright.
Amazing. Wow, amazing.
Incredible. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's, for me, it's starting with someone on that journey like myself, because that's where I was, where you don't have the self-esteem, you don't have the confidence, you don't believe in yourself, and being part of that journey where you've helped nurture and grow and seeing them change in your life, there honestly, as an agent anyway, there is no better feeling than being part of that journey with your models, and it's the most wholesome thing. It's so much more than money.
We have also a question here from Doxy Models Agency. I'm not sure if you just answered that, but good morning, SJ. Since being with AdultTalk, how has your life changed?
Oh God, it's changed. I've met so many incredible women, men. I've been to so many networking events. My confidence has grown. I'm a better person. I'm a better partner. I'm a better mum. I'm just happier in life, and I've got freedom. Freedom to do whatever I want, to go wherever I want. I can go on holiday with my kids, and I can still work if I needed to. So my life has just changed for the better in every single aspect of it.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing, because you said very, very important stuff, like you boost your confidence, your self-esteem, the flexibility of working whenever and from wherever you want to, which I think that's the benefits you get by joining this industry.
Yeah, 100%. That I don't think, I mean, you're never going to find something that you can work in and earn an incredible amount of money that can give you all of these things. You might get some of these things in a different job, but this industry gives you all of them things, as well as earning a fantastic income. So, you know, like, if anyone is watching this and thinking, is it for me? What I always say when I'm chatting to girls or guys who are interested is, you've got absolutely everything to gain by giving it a go and nothing to lose, because if it's not for you, then you stop. But if you don't try it, you're always going to be wondering what if.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Here we have another question from Doxy Models. What other opportunities have you received from being with AdultTalk?
So I've attended the Snap Awards. I have been invited to the Glamour Awards this year. I'm just about to do a magazine shoot with someone that contacted me on Instagram, that just wanted to kind of like know my story, about where I started and things like that. So, and then it's the opportunities to meet like-minded people and just change lives everywhere. Like, that is the biggest that's the biggest thing I get out of this. I'm so grateful for what this industry has brought into my life and the freedom that it gives me to meet these incredible men and women and live this life that I now live, that I could only have dreamed of 6 years ago.
Amazing. One question: when you perform, do you kind of like a role play, or you always yourself?
So personally, myself, this is a thing as well. So it's everybody's boundary. So big motto for us at Divine Silk Models is, it's your room, your rules. I would love to change the stigma that everyone has to get naked and everyone has to do sexualized things. Of course, it can be requested. It mostly is requested. However, it's your room and your rules, and you're completely in control. Personally, I don't get naked on cam and I still make money. That's my boundary and that's my choice. But someone who does, that's the beauty of this. You do what you want to do and you're in complete control, and I think there's nothing more empowering than that.
Yeah, you are one click away as well to ban any person that's maybe are offensive or you don't like or anything like this. Because you are in the comfort of your home or the room, you are in a very safe environment, right?
Yeah. Well, this is it. So it's you have the option to block anyone. You have the option to report anyone that you felt wasn't treating you the way you have to be treated. You are in the comfort of your own home, so you're not harmed. You're in complete control of everything that's going on. You're in complete control of the calls that come in, the calls that you get, and how you direct them. You're in control with completing that call or ending it, and that is the best thing, because someone's not controlling you, you're controlling the whole thing. So you are the boss. You are your own boss.
What if the model wants to start now and they have no equipment? Can they do everything? Let's say if they have a good phone, can they do everything on their phone?
Absolutely. So that's a question you get asked a lot. What do I need to start now? Of course,
Exactly.
there are lots of things that you can get as you build up your profile and you start to earn money. But if you have got a streaming device, an internet connection, I mean, a ring light would be amazing, but it's not a must to start with. That's it. You can start. You can wear what you want. My biggest bit of advice is don't try and change who you are. Personally, there's only a certain amount of times that a man or a woman can look at a beautiful man or a woman before they move on to the next beautiful person. It's your personality that brings them in. It's you that keeps them coming back. So always be yourself. Wear what you're comfortable in. Look how you feel confident in, and be you, because that is what brings the clients and that's what makes them stay.
Super great advice.
Also, how many hours do you need to work weekly so you can say, okay, I've reached my financial goal for this week?
So again, there's no any set amount of hours that you need to work. You work what you want and you work it around what you need. And if you've got a goal, I believe goal setting is so important, and schedule setting is so important. So try and stick to a schedule that works for you, and goal set. So for example, if you know you've got £200 bills this week and you would like £100 to have extra, then you want to make £300 that week. So you set a goal to do that. Once you've achieved that, if you've got days left, personally, I'd be like, well, I'm going to go on another night. But yeah, it's just about goal setting, reaching that goal and just pushing yourself to the best that you can do. If you goal set and you have a schedule, then you're going to achieve what you want to achieve on webcam.
Amazing. Towards the end of the show, we always have some set questions. So
Yeah.
I have some questions for you, and then Aurora have some others. To spice up our conversation, I have 5 questions. And the first one is blow job or hand job?
Blow job.
Dog style, 69 or missionary?
Doggy style.
Group sex, like an orgy or one-to-one?
Sorry, I cut out there.
Like a group sex, like an orgy kind of thing, or one-to-one?
One-to-one.
And masturbation, solo or with people around together?
More than one or a group?
Yeah.
So for me, it would be with one person.
Okay. And sex, morning or night?
Oh, both. Whenever it takes your fancy.
Aurora.
Okay, and let's go to the part 2 of the ping pong questions. And the first one is, can you describe yourself in one word?
Genuine.
All right.
What's your ultimate turn on?
Sorry?
What's your ultimate turn on?
Oh, me. It's got to be kissing for me. Kissing's what sets everything off for me. Kissing is what makes me want to go further.
More?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest or most memorable fan request you've ever received?
It's got to be sploshing. Like, I love that. You know, like where you're getting all the food and the shampoos and whatever the request. Like, that is the best cam session you ever have, I think.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
Just being here, growing, empowering, and growing as a woman, as a person, and as an agency. I see myself still doing this, and hopefully with an even bigger agency. For me, it's not about having millions of models, but of course that's the dream. It's absolute quality over quantity, so continuing to nurture and just have this amazing community and building it together.
That's actually amazing, because you build on what you invested at the beginning.
Yeah.
You can see down the line, the future.
Exactly, long
Exactly.
term.
Yeah, 100%.
Are there any other creative paths you're interested in exploring?
Well, I'm taking part in Calendar Girls this year. I'm in the final for that. And I think if someone had said to me, SJ, 5 years ago, you will be doing some sort of modelling, I would have been like, absolutely no way. Especially at I'm 41. So that, and I believe that it's this industry that's brought me the confidence to take leaps and to do that. Like, I would never have thought I would ever have been capable of doing modelling, and that's what I'm doing. So that's incredible. So I'd probably like to explore that a little bit more as well.
Amazing.
What's a guilty pleasure you enjoy when you're off the clock?
Guilty pleasure. I love a little cocktail and a little wine date.
Sounds relaxing.
No.
A little relax.
What's your favorite cocktail?
Oh God, it's got to be two. So it's got to be either a pina colada or a porn star.
Very summery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I lived abroad for 9 years, so I did a lot of travelling before my 30s. So 20 to 30, I travelled a lot of places. So yeah, I'm definitely a cocktail lady.
What's your favorite travel destination?
Oh, it's got to be Mexico. So I've been to Mexico 10 times.
Oh, amazing.
I'm on it. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, sorry, someone came in my living room there.
No worries.
Joys the children. Yeah. So yeah, definitely Mexico. I've been a lot of amazing places. I'm so lucky. I've been to Dubai, I've been Australia, I've been Mexico, I've been America. I've been a lot of amazing, beautiful places. But I've got friends in Mexico, so I continue to always go back there. That's my happy place.
And do you like traveling?
I love travelling. So I travelled from 19 till I was 27. And I lived in Mallorca for 6 of those years.
And moving on to the next question, if you could meet and create content with a celebrity, who would that be?
Oh, definitely Rebecca Goodwin. I love her. She's fantastic. I just think she's the most realist, empowering woman in the planet. And I love her outlook. I love what she stands for. Yeah, I think she's incredible.
Yeah, I agree with you. And what's one thing your audience would be surprised to learn about you?
Probably that until this industry, I was probably quite vanilla. And this industry has brought so much to my life. Like, yeah, it's opened my eyes to so much, and I'm actually so grateful for that.
And last question is, if you win 1 million today, what's the very first thing you would buy?
Oh, definitely a bigger house. A bigger house where I could have my office in the house. Yeah.
There's one more question that is very interesting.
Yeah, one more question for you. What does a day in the life look like for you?
So this is actually such a good question, and what I'm kind of passionate about, being a parent, whether you're a mum, dad, a caregiver. A day in the life for me is so busy. I've got 4 children, so I have triplets who are 9. So I've only been pregnant twice, but I have 4 kids. And then I've got a 4-year-old as well. My children have medical conditions, so from the minute we wake up till the minute we go to sleep, it's constantly busy. So a day in the life for me is up. I'll check in with my WhatsApp, my group. I'll check in with the girls, the guys, make sure they're all okay. I'll let them know what my kind of plans for the day are, and if they need anything, what they need to do. I'll then jump onto my socials, and I'll do a bit of social media in the morning. And I do all of this before my kids are even awake. I then get my kids up, and we'll do breakfast, and we plan whatever we're doing for that day. Right now, it's the school holidays up in Scotland. So we have normally got activities on, and we're out in the days. Then it's just your usual lunch, dinner, whatever activities you're doing in the day. Then I do bedtime with my kids. And then when the kids go to bed, my alter ego and Lola comes out, which is my stage name. I get myself ready and I get myself on cam, and I feel amazing, making amazing money. That's kind of a typical day for me.
That's amazing. And they're very, very inspiring as well, your life and with your work and your kids, and you putting everything together and It's very inspiring for people listening to this now and new model wanting to start. Definitely should look up to you to start. So if you guys are listening to this now, if you'd like to start on a webcam, if you're a model, there will be links on the description where you can reach out.
Yeah.
But before you finish, I would like you to leave a message to everybody who is listening to us now.
Yeah.
There is experienced models, Asians listen to us now. There is newbies, new models wanting to start now as well. So just leave a message to everybody who is listening to us now, how they can find you as well.
Yeah. So guys, if you're listening to this and you're someone that's doing this or thinking about it, what I would say is take the leap of faith. Like I say, you've absolutely everything to gain by trying it and to lose by doing it, maybe deciding that it's not for you. It might not be for you. I'm 99.9% sure that if you're with the right group or you try it and get the right support, you'll absolutely love it just as much as I do. It really has changed my life for the better in more ways than just financially. The community, the people I've met, the friendships I've built, the confidence I've gained. And yeah, if you're looking for an agency, check all the agencies out. You can find us on www.divinesilk.co.uk. But I'm friends with a lot of agents out there. I think it's about empowering and supporting everybody. So a shout out to Webcam Models, Doxy Models, Vixen Models Management. There's so many amazing agencies out there. So check them all out and find who you connect with the most. But absolutely give it a go. You will not be sorry.
That's brilliant.
Doxy Models left a very nice comment here. They're saying, you're such an incredible woman, being able to build such an incredible agency and brand whilst being such a busy mom. That's the proof that if you want something bad enough, you can really have it all.
That's such lovely. And this is why I'm really passionate about it, because I've never been able to find anything that, you know, I can work around my kids, and we've all got stuff going on. So I don't like to be like, I don't like to play like poor me's, but my life is difficult with the kids and their health issues. And this is just giving me a new lease of life, and I'm there for my kids 24/7. And a lot of parents can't do that because they've got to work, they've got to go out to work to pay bills, and they have to sometimes miss important things because at the end of the day, we need to live, we need to pay our bills. So I'm so passionate about doing this to, you know, just be there. And it is difficult at times, and there is times where you feel that mum guilt, or you know, where you're not there. And this has just opened up a whole new life for me and for my children, because I'm there for them all the time. And that is what I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about the stigma of like, oh, you shouldn't do that. If you're a mum, you shouldn't do that. If you've got children, absolutely not. My kids have got the best life. They're the happiest they've ever been. And I'm the happiest mum and parent and woman that I've ever been. And it's thanks to this industry.
That's absolutely amazing what you said just right now, because it's what Doxy Model said. That's the proof that if you want something really bad, you can really have it all.
You can make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, SJ, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I really enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did.
I did. Thank you.
It was brilliant. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. I hope to meet you at some point in person. We are planning to go to events in the UK as well. So potentially we bring our podcast live to the shows.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Aurora.
Yeah, thank you, SJ, for joining us today. Thank you for sharing all these amazing details for you, your life, the tips you have. Thank you, guys, for hearing us today. Thank you, Juan, for being with us today.
Thank you. And we catch you guys on the next time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Adult Talk, a podcast by Adult Work.